Hi there everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is EJ and in this video, we will be talking about one of the most famous sonnets of William Shakespeare, and that is sonnet number 29. Now, you might be asking, Mr. Padilla, why do you think this sonnet is very popular in the Philippines? Well, my dear friends, a couple of reasons. Number one, because it oftentimes appears in the board exam for teachers. And number two, because it is always included in every collection of literature textbooks in the Philippines. And personally, this is also one of my favorites. But the sad thing is, I don't think a lot of people are still appreciating the works of Shakespeare nowadays. Well, some believe that Shakespeare is dated, and his works are not anymore relevant. Some find it difficult to understand because of the words used. And some just don't seem to care. But I completely understand where they are coming from. Because my dear friends, in reality, reading the works of Shakespeare can be very, very intimidating. Mostly because the language that he was able to employ in most of his works is not anymore the kind of language that we speak today. And Shakespeare's use of figurative language, in a way, I guess, was able to alienate most of the young readers today. But I am very certain that if they would just give Shakespeare a chance, I'm sure they would love him. So my dear friends, let us now start discussing sonnet number 29. And since this video is mostly for my Filipino students, allow me to code switch every once in a while. The next clip will give you a background on who Shakespeare is, plus the reading of the entire sonnet.
William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. William Shakespeare is probably one of the most famous English writers of all time. Unlike any other English writer, Shakespeare's works are always part of the English curriculum in most parts of the world, the Philippines included. He is most famous for his plays and his sonnets. Oftentimes, his stories revolve around love and friendship. Sonnet number 29 by William Shakespeare. When in disgrace with fortune in men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. Yet, in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
We will discuss the sonnet quatrain by quatrain. So let's start with quatrain number 1. In the first quatrain, the most dominant emotion is self-pity. In the first two lines, it was clearly stated that the persona feels the following. Number 1, that his reputation is not good. Number 2, that he's broke, he doesn't have any money. And number 3, that he feels like he is an outcast. Furthermore, in lines 3 and 4, we can feel the persona's extreme hopelessness, that he even thinks that heaven is turning a blind eye on him. In quatrain number 2, envy is the most dominant emotion. In lines 5 and 6, he started comparing himself to others who are rich, who have more friends. In lines 7 and 8, the persona directly said that he really wanted those things for himself, and he's not content with what he has. And here comes my favorite part of the sonnet, quatrain number 3. Now, why is this my favorite, you may ask? Well, unlike quatrain number 1 and quatrain number 2 that tackled negative emotions such as self-pity and envy, quatrain number 3 is something positive. A complete turn of events and a complete change of emotions. After all the negative things that is going on inside the persona's head, Suddenly, he was able to realize that he has one person. And amazingly, just by simply remembering this person, this very special person, the persona was able to change his emotions drastically. Suddenly, he's happy. Aside from being happy, the persona suddenly felt content of what he has. For him, having that one very special person is enough. O, di ba ang sweet? And my dear friends, this was expressed in the heroic couplet. And the heroic couplet states that being loved by that very special person is tantamount to being wealthy as well. And the persona is so content with the love of this person that he would not exchange his life even for a king. And I know that you were able to relate to this sonnet because you have this one person who has the power to change your emotions drastically. Like from being sad to being extremely happy, from being unsatisfied to being content. And then suddenly, masasabi mo na lang na, some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Kanta ata yun, di ba? Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If I ain't got you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Tama kayo, my dear friends. The song If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys and Sonnet number 29 by William Shakespeare are so similar. And that is the reason why whenever I would teach the sonnet to my students, I would always use the song as an introduction. And it works all the time. So that's it, my dear friends. I hope this video was able to help you understand sonnet number 29 better. And I also wish that this sonnet convince you to give William Shakespeare a chance. So my dear friends, thank you for watching and see you again soon. Bye everybody.